Saints got off to a rough start, but came on strong.
That's been their pattern, but another exciting game they've all been, and they broke it open later. It seems like every week the games hold bigger and more importance than they do the week before, and it's how you win and stay in contention for the playoffs that's important. It's a feeling the Saints are taking a liking to it, especially when they can do it by beating the rival Falcons twice in the same season. The last time and the only time the Saints swept Atlanta in the team's longtime series was way back in 1974. Today, Dave Wilson led the offense, starting at quarterback for the first time in about 2 years. The fans in the Dome were happy to see him in there, and it really adds so much more to the potentially explosive offense of this team. He only threw 14 times, but completed 9 of those. The Falcons did score first, however. William Andrews, a 7-0 lead in the second quarter as he reached the end zone. After a roughing, watch the referee here. After a call there, he kind of stumbled, and the Falcons soon would too. Mick Luckhurst hit a field goal for a 10-zip advantage, but that was really it for Atlanta as far as scoring goes. Another outstanding defensive day by the Saints, and Johnny Poe here with his 6th interception of the year fired up the crowd and the team. The running game made life easier for Dave Wilson. He just had to hand the ball off most of the time. George Rogers gets 20 here. The team ran for over 230 yards. Even Wayne Wilson carried well on this one for a touchdown to get the Saints on the board. It was 10-7 at the half. Dave Wilson hooked up with Jeff Groth in the third quarter. It was the go-ahead drive for the Saints, and Hokie Gaijan did some good, hard end zone running here for a 14-10 Saints lead, the first of 2 touchdowns for him in a tight game into the final quarter. Watch George Rogers. He breaks loose and puts all kinds of moves on as he goes downfield. This thing ended up being worth about 60 or 65 yards, 20 carries on the day, 137 yards for George Rogers, and it set up another touchdown. Dave Wilson to Tyrone Young. After the catch here, the tie in the sky, bow and spike as the rookie free agent enjoys scoring. 26-10, the Saints leading. They add to that when Gaijan again plows his way through. This time the extra point made by Morton Anderson, and 27-10 was the way that this score stayed. So the quarter-by-quarter breakdown adds up to the Saints beating of Atlanta, and going back to last year, it is the first time the Saints have ever beaten the Falcons 3 straight games. Today the running game was clicking for the Saints.
The last couple of weeks, a lot of the media has been getting on the offense because they haven't been coming around and doing some things, and the offensive line took it on themselves today to just go after these guys and just block their butts off, and they did a damn good job. Hokie Gaijan, George Rogers, Wayne Wilson picked the holes, and all you got to do is call the plays after that.
Well, we realize we got a new quarterback, and the best way to develop confidence in a new quarterback, we haven't seen a lot of pitches on the field, is try to establish the running game. We felt all practice during practice.